Hello everyone and welcome to the Spodia stream. Nice to see you all here today. We've got a very early best of 7 series, part of the Blackline Championship Series. The playoffs continue here in the Contenders division. This is, though, not like our other matches, this is the upper bracket, so it's a little different here. Still a lot on the line. Mind that lower bracket below them. This is double elimination, but it being the upper bracket, Dino Electronic Athletic Organization taking on Calgary Esports United here. A best of 7 to move into the winner's semifinal and guarantee a spot in, I believe, the top 6. So, yeah. Well, again, we'll see how these teams do. Both these teams actually really have not lost yet this season. We've seen a lot of Dino Electronic. We have not seen Calgary Esports before, but with the fact that they are also undefeated, probably a pretty of pretty big importance here. We'll get these teams in the lobby as soon as we can. Important series, big match. We'll get these teams in as soon as we can. I think what's also interesting to talk about is our schedule today. It's not our only best time. We actually have one afterwards as well for the Amateur Gaming League with Def Cloud Monkeys and Esports right into semi-finals of a single elimination bracket. And ending off tonight, we'll have a best of 5, a very late best of 5. In the Evolution Championship Series, the Master Baiters taking on Underworld Wolves Black. To again end off our night to have fun time, but again for now though, this is the Blackline Championship Series matchup. Dino Electronic Athletic Organization, commonly referred to as on this stream as Dino Org, because we love to have fun name the names here. And it's Calgary Esports United, who you'll be hearing me probably pronounce more like Calgary Esports. We'll get both these teams in the lobby as soon as we can. A best of 7, as I mentioned already. We saw how Dino Electronic played last week when they swept Hydro Boosted Esports. A little different this game. Be pretty important here. We're gonna get these teams in any moment here. Dino Electronic, such a solid roster as well. Or Spoody and Kobe. We've seen how successful this roster is at just controlling the field. Calgary Esports United again. They're also undefeated. We haven't seen them yet though this season, so be very interesting. I think we're gonna see again which of the 5 players on their team already decided. Quantails, Shez, and Froglet will be here tonight, or I should really say this afternoon. It's early. This is an early matchup in the Blackline Championship Series. I'm excited for it. I think this is going to be a fun matchup. Definitely a lot closer than the last match that Electronic did play, so be getting things ready to go as soon as we can. Again, just waiting on updates here from these teams. Let us know when they are in the lobby. Again, just trying to get things sorted out, ready to go as soon as we can. And Dino Electronic Athletic Organization taking on Calgary United in a best of 7s format here. Nice thing is, again, with both these teams in the upper bracket, if they lose, their season and their run is far from over. They'll be going to the lower bracket, where it is expected they'll probably make a decent run from there. But you don't want to be in that position. You want to get as far as you can before you get sent to the lower brackets. I mean, that sounds a bit obvious, but especially in a bracket this big, again, if you lose here, you're guaranteed a top 6 placement, but you still have to win that match after, and the match after to get to the grand finals. Just win here. You gotta win 2 matches in that upper bracket in a much more comfortable position. This series, we're taking on the winner of Affinity Academy Lux Nova. That's gonna be a interesting match because both those teams have surprised people making it this far. Whereas on the other side, actually, our Other women's semifinals has already been confirmed. It's going to be Champs versus Adrenaline and White, which is not as surprising. Those teams, I think, are also probably. I think those teams are also undefeated this season. Champs are 7-0. Adrenaline and White are 7-0, so not too surprising. On that side, this match also between two undefeated teams. Not surprising that the undefeated teams make it this far. They're generally the highest ranked teams in this tournament, and it's a pretty varied tournament. Anywhere from C3 up to GC2. Sometimes we'll get a GC3 in there, but it's not common. Now, though, again, we're just waiting on these teams. As soon as they're in the lobby, we'll be good to get things going. This best of 7 3v3. And just trying to sort things out, get things ready to go as soon as we can. Both these teams do have information, do have lobby info, and they're both responded. They're both saying they're here, so that's a good thing. Again, it's so early as well. I rarely have matches this early anymore, but of course, if it's on a weekend and I don't have anything better to do, why not? Thank you for the follow, Sefri. This buddy is stream, the substitute for Dino Electronic Athletic Organization, joining on for the stream for this best of 7 series. Dino Electronic Athletic Organization, Calgary Esports United. Of course, it has to be 2 teams with really long names playing here tonight on this stream, but again, a big series here. With the, I would assume a lot of people interested in how it's played. Just looking to get these teams in as soon as we can. Just match up as soon as we get together. The nice thing is, after this match, we have like nothing after this match, so we can wait a little bit. We can take our time here. It looks like for Dino Organization, of course, they're starting free. Spoody, R, and Covey. Side for Calgary Esports United, it's Nardi, Syed, and I believe Quantales is also in. Yeah, Quantales in, so their starting lineup. Also, you can understand why it's a pretty big matchup for both these teams. With the upper bracket run still being made here, but someone's gonna be sent to that lower bracket. Both these teams being undefeated so far, it's going to be one of these teams' first loss of their entire season, coming into the upper winners quarterfinals. An Electronic Athletic Organization, Calgary Esports United, a best of 7 matchup here in the Contenders series. In the upper bracket, loser of this will be sent to the lower bracket. But the winner of this will guarantee a spot in the top 8. Who wouldn't want to be in that position here as an Electronic on the blue, Calgary Esports on the orange. But I know Electronic, this is probably going to be their toughest match so far this season, and I know this team has been putting in a lot of effort. We've seen a lot of this Dino Electronic team. I know that this is a team that's definitely been putting in a lot of grinding in, but you have to think Calgary Esports have done the exact same thing on their side. Being at the position they are, you don't get to this position in the Contenders division without putting in hours. I really do find that this division sometimes is the one that works sometimes the hardest to get to these kind of points. Because there is no guarantee. There's so many more teams, and if you aren't playing at your best, you're going to find it tough to keep up. As an Electronic on the early offense, it's Covey off the back wall, but it will be wide of the net. Calgary Esports United will go the other way. Spoody already up to keep it to the corner. Again, we're seeing a good amount of pressure here from Calgary Esports United, who, again, unlike a lot of teams, are actually able to keep up with Dino Electronic. Such a tough thing to do. We know Dino Electronic, their group run was not all that. It was a great 7-0, but it wasn't one of the weaker groups this season. The fact of the matter is, second best team in that group, Team Ignition, is in the lower bracket right now, so Dino Electronic, being as good as they are, they've got a lot to prove here, because there are going to be some groups that are just more stacked than others. There's a reason why teams like Affinity Academy are still in this top 8 in the upper bracket, and why Dino Electronic has to prove themselves. Is here's an early goal from Mora. 1.5 minutes in, and already just one bad touch from Syed, and that net is open for Calgary Esports. Aura will take it, and that's all that really matters at this level, is those little mistakes. These teams are so good. There's not going to be much to separate them. And Electronic with the first goal of the series here as Calgary Esports back the other way. Up by Aura. Spoody will keep the play going here. Now looking for the dunk is Spoody. Quantales is awkward. Spoody's got it again. And that one's saved by Nardi, but Dino Electronic Athletic Organization continuing their offense, and now they're showing us those mechanical plays that they can sometimes just have in their back pocket, waiting to strike. Well, it makes this team scary. This is not a one-size-fits-all kind of offense for Dino Electronic. This is an offense that does have multiple facets Sometimes you even see them get to use some demo plays. They can be that kind of a team as well. And Electronic are such a great team at adapting. They have such a good playstyle when it comes to adapting to other teams. The point where you can never really count them out of any matchup. Calgary Esports United right now, keeping it close, but is Dino Electronic at a one-step advantage. Spooty. A great touch in the midfield here. That's one awkward, but will be Nardi. Calgary Esports United. Trapped on the back line, trapped in the midfield. Dino Electronic are not letting them through. The midfield. Holding down Calgary Esports. A Spooty. The pinch. Syed looking to clear. Still nobody there. Kofi now. He's got a touch. And an open net in front of him. Syed will block. Or jumping in. He's got the dunk on Quantails. And Electronic just looking for goal number 2. They're getting it easily here. Calgary Esports United have played an insane back line. But they just can't push up. No matter how much defense they're playing, this is going to be a battle where they're going to be fighting from behind if they can't get into offense. It's Kofi again. And Electronic, definitely, again, the toughest match so far. This team is just a brick wall on the back line. I really got to think, maybe Dino Electronic have to go for bump plays at some point. How good this defense is from Calgary Esports. But one way to really exploit defenses that pack themselves this heavily is to go for demos. They don't generally move all that far out of their net. You can kind of get them on that stagnant weight. As Electronic's just looking for shots, and they've got it with Spooty. They'll break through eventually. Calgary Esports United could not hold on forever here. Zora and Kofi setting up the play, forcing the players to jump, and allow Spooty to put in the finishing play. 2 goals up for Dino Electronic. A little over 1 minute to go here in Game 1. It's Kofi. The dribble, maybe looking for another touch. Syed will keep it out. Then Electronic still shooting here. Nora nearly made it free. Spooty looking to get another one. But it will go wide. Still, look at this pressure. My goodness. Dino Electronic are giving Calgary Esports absolutely no room to work with. Azora, simply put, just pickpockets the back line. And he'll take all the rewards. Exactly a minute left, but I feel like Game 1 has already been confirmed at this point. Dino Electronic with all the offense, all the pressure, and all the goals. They almost made it 4 as well off of that dunk. Calgary Esports United, a bit of a loss, I think. I mean, this is a tough Game 1 for a team, again, that's undefeated like them. For the first time, it might be in their season, at least one of the few times. They're actually going to have to make some adaptations to a team that could play better than them. That definitely could beat them. Electronic, they're looking, I think, to just continue this kind of play. The team chemistry on points, and there's goal number 4. Buddy will have that one as Dino Electronic continue to dictate the offense. And a reminder, Calgary Esports, winning this match, have not lost yet this season. And Electronic's just a better side right now, but this match far from over. Side dunk by Kofi, Quantails. Looking for the clear, dunks away. Aura jumping, he's looking for one more touch under Nardi, but he won't get it, not that it really matters. They've already done enough damage here to take Game 1. I still don't get number 5, I guess. Spooty's gonna get another goal. 3 goals on 7 shots, this guy. Really allowing his team to run away with this at the end of the game here. A 5-0 Game 1, though. Not what I expected here, even though I know that this Dino Electronic team is one of the best in this league, maybe even the best in this league at this point in time. I expected this match to be a little closer to start things off. To just show you just how scary Dino Electronic is, because this Calgary side doesn't have too many mistakes. Really, they've only made one major mistake this game, which was that giveaway by Syed to start off the scoring for Dino Electronic. Other than that, it was Dino Electronic who just controlled the midfield. And for Calgary Esports, it's not about fixing mistakes, it's about improving and getting yourself out of defense, just being a better overall team. Because right now, this game is quite a brutal one. 19 shots to 3. Dino Electronic, this is how they've been playing all season long. They always seem to find ways to dominate teams, even when you don't think they should be. In this match, I mean, just everything went in their favor. Look at the field domination. 76%. They held almost 3/4 of the field in their control. I mean, if that doesn't scream domination, I don't know what does. Dino Electronic with a beautiful start in the series. Calgary Esports United. They've got to find something there. That game 1 was horrible for them. 5-0 deficit at the end of it. Game 2, they want to make adjustments. They've got to make adjustments here. Really, we'll start with just when will they get their first goal in the series. I think once they get that, maybe things can open up a little bit more for them. But they aren't going to get it there, because that shot from Covey, from his own back line, will go in. 12 seconds in the game 2, and already it's about as bad as game 1 started off for Calgary Esports United. And the Calgary University, or University of Calgary, I think it was. As it is Dino Electronic, getting a beautiful start here, and again, this team knows not when to stop on the offense. Sorry, University of Calgary is where Calgary Esports United is actually based out of. It's a collegiate team. As Dino Electronic continue to pressure, and this net's wide open for Spooty, and he's not missing. Another goal, another score, and another game that just might just immediately go in the favor of Dino Electronic. Barely 30 seconds in, they're already at 2 goals, and for Calgary Esports United, this is starting to get a bit embarrassing. Dino Electronic still holding them at 0 goals and have scored 7 themselves. They're still looking to score. This might be number 3 for Spooty. Although Side will keep it out, but Calgary Esports, again, it's only 1 play kept out. They actually need to find some way to control this game. Something they can cling on to. There's been absolutely nothing on in their favor as Quantiles nearly snuck that one in. Dino Electronic all went to that back wall, nearly cost them there on that bad positioning as Syed now looking for the bump. Will be in front. That's an open net for Nardi. And Calgary Esports United will finally put one on the board here at the start of game 2. They are still down in this game, but as I said, this 1 goal might be the difference maker to help them out here a little bit. A little misrotation there from Dino Electronic. A little bit of panic. Big work from Calgary Esports United to get their first of the series. They'll need a lot more than just 1 goal if you want to have any sort of say in this matchup. You need a couple. They'll need to show consistent offense, that's for sure. Dino Electronic don't generally respect a lot of teams unless you can do that against them, as this might be a chance. Oh, and a miss from Aura. He's missed another chance there. It's the second goal in a row where Aura has a relatively simple save to make, and he just doesn't make it. As that whiff, that's going to hurt for him. Those are mistakes you really cannot be making. This game plan continues for both these sides. It's tied up as Calgary Esports finding some room to work with here, and Dino Electronic are getting the beatdown of their lives. A flip has switched here. Or I should really say a switch has flipped. I misspoke. Whatever it is, Calgary Esports United in the lead. I can't speak. And for Dino Electronic, 3 straight goals against them. A far cry from what they had in game 1. I really do think a lot of it just comes down to this team maybe just not respecting Calgary Esports. You cannot do that. You have to respect the ability of these teams you play against. If you play too easy against them, they're going to be there for you. Especially a team like Calgary, who, again, is 7-0, is one of the top teams here. You can't disrespect teams at this level. They know what they're doing. Although Dino Electronic will get an answer here. We have got 6 goals already between both these sides. We're barely even 2 minutes in. My goodness. These teams don't know when to stop scoring. I'm all for it, though. This is an exciting match. Here goes more offense. Covey. Touch and feel from Calgary Esports United looking for some plays. And again, those goals, and I said it, 1 goal could be the confidence maker for them. This team feels a lot different than what they did in game 1. Again, I think it just is confidence-wise. They know they can score now. They know this Dino Electronics side is beatable. And for them, really, we're in a good position here as Aura will clear that one to the corner. Now Covey in the midfield got the 50 on Syed. Spooty blocking it off. And for Dino Electronic, that midfield not so clean anymore for them. They're still doing well at challenging in it, but you can tell there's not that same firm control they had. I don't think it's really a fault on them. It's really Calgary Esports United. We're ready to bring that battle to them. It's going to make this game a lot closer, and a lot more competitive, and a lot tougher for Dino Electronic. These teams have never faced off against each other either. Again, both coming from separate groups. Always interesting to see this in the Contender Series, because in the higher level divisions, there's usually only 2 divisions. And there's usually like a lot less teams. That's what makes this kind of... So that's what makes the Contender Series playoffs so interesting, is that so many times you get these matchups that you could never get in the regular season. You get them in the playoffs at the biggest stage of this tournament. These teams got to learn about each other. Whereas in some of these higher divisions where there is only 2 divisions, a lot of teams have already played each other, do know each other well enough. This stage, there's so many teams. There's, I think, like over 70 of them in the Contender Series. It's the biggest division by far in the Black Legend Championship Series. But so often, these matchups are really like learning your opponents first and foremost, and then beating them. It usually takes a couple games to get used to that, as Calgary Esports maybe it only took them 1 to get used to Dino Electronic, because this game is tied, and now Nardi to shoot, but it will be saved by Aura. The offense from Dino Electronic not really being made there. Calgary Esports definitely controlling them with some of these infield passes, but one breakaway chance for Dino Electronic could give them the game win here. That's how close this is, as Aura, it's at 50 on Nardi, but it will still go to the midfield here, as Spooty bumped away, took too long to get to that touch. Dino Electronic speed, slowing down here, trying to take control. Kobe, though, a double tap attempt will be stopped by Quantails. Oh, it was a miss there from Aura. Nardi couldn't put it on net. Aura's had a rough game so far. A couple whiffs, a couple mistakes from them. You're seeing the pressure maybe start to break down with Dino Electronic backline for the first time I've been able to see this season. Dino Electronic do not look like the more dominant team in a match. I just feel like Calgary Esports could really take this team down, but it's a great beat from Kobe. Breakaway chance, but it will be Quantails to be there. Dino Electronic looking for one more play, but this one will actually stay up for now. It's going to bounce to the ground, though. And we go to overtime here. Calgary Esports United here in Game 2, a difference than in Game 1, tied up in overtime. They're the ones that have really been the more offensively minded side. They're the ones that seem more likely to take this game, in all honesty. Haven't been able to do so. Those infield passes have not connected yet. It's Kobe. Sitting down the field, up is Aura. Kobe still wants it! And he's got the beat on Syed. Dino Electronic Athletic Organization will take Game 2 in overtime. And it's just a simple 2-touch from Kobe. Gets past Syed on the pace. And it's Dino Electronic, who are now 2 games away from advancing to the winners' semifinals. What a performance so far from them. A match that it really felt like they were on the back ropes here in Dino Electronic. About the entirety of that last minute and a half. And in overtime, it took one chance. I said one breakaway chance. This team will find ways to score. And Kofi specifically has led this team in scoring. The player that really hasn't been had their name talked too much about in Dino Electronic has been Aura, who made a lot of mistakes last game and allowed Calgary Esports to become more dominant in this matchup. As we go into game number 3. Definitely a tougher match for Dino Electronic, but still an outcome where they are just that better team by a little bit, by small margins. Again, that's what makes Dino Electronic so good. It's a team that has such great chemistry, rarely makes mistakes. And when they do, again, they do the little things right. The boost controls, the correct rotations. Smart plays on when to challenge, how to challenge. And their patience on the back line. What makes this team so scary? Because there's so many teams that can do the mechanics, can do the team plays like them. They do both. Just so tough to mix in. It makes their offense so unpredictable as a second touch. Oh my, Aura. Welcome back to Game 3, my friend. He felt a bit lost in Game 2, but here he's right on track off the corner. He read that play perfectly. No stopping that one from Contenders. It's Dino Electronic on the board. Last game came down to a couple mistakes in that back line from Electronic. Not big mistakes, but this game, they're making none of those. Another play off the corner. This time, it's Spooty to score. Off the pass from Kobe. And you're seeing Calgary Esports struggle to read that back wall. And to be fair, a lot of these touches from Dino Electronic are coming in with quite the pace. He needs to stop these kind of plays when they are just this powerful, but you see Calgary Esports respond back as that shot from Nardi on an open net needs to go in. Could have been a 2-1 difference here. It would have been a very good play for Calgary Esports. And a good, time to really get back into this one. A miss from Nardi, and that could really hurt their chances in Game 3 and preventing Dino Electronic from getting to match point. As Covey. Oh, and a second touch is just beat Syed again. Drizzling out in overtime. It's a 2-touch air dribble from Covey here, and Syed just does not expect it from this guy. Simply 2 touches, that's all he needs. And the pace will do the rest of the work for him. Syed once again caught playing up a bit too high. Not expecting Covey to get that play. For the second time this series, he's been caught in that position. Dino Electronic looking to really take this game here, but they need to be careful at the kickoff. As Nardi won't make the touch. Covey here down the field as Syed will wait for it. Spoody up to the back wall. Quantails will be there. Spoody again in the midfield. Oh, nobody wants the ball. And Electronic Athletic Organization will keep the play away. Covey now. There's a Nardi. Calgary Esports. Up the field they go. Nardi to the corner. It will be Covey and Spoody to keep this ball out and to play the offense. 1, 2, 3. Saves away. Spoody's got it though. And that's goal 4. Beautiful passes from Dino Electronic Athletic Organization. They force Nardi into a tough save. And on such low boost, he cannot clear the ball out. Eventually, Spoody will put it in. And this Dino Electronic side is rolling with the punches. They're giving the beat down to Calgary Esports United. Maybe a bit of a response after how close Game 2 was. This Game 3, I think a lot more dominance. Calgary Esports stuck in a kind of a state of limbo. They really just are stuck. Where it's not like they're playing badly, they're just stuck in the midfield. They aren't really playing excellently in either side of the field, at least compared to that of Electronic. Those situations where you want to see them succeed, you want to see them do well, but it's so tough to do so when Dino Electronic are just playing this well and are just overwhelming them so heavily. I was only halfway through, but already 5 goals for Dino Electronic. A reminder, Calgary Esports United are undefeated at this point in their season. They have not lost it. I think they've won 9 matches in a row this season. And it's insane because Dino Electronic are just that much better right now. As I said, I think I would consider them best team in the Contenders series right now. And for good reason. This is disgusting. My goodness. And at this point for Calgary Esports, how on earth do you cope with this kind of a game? I mean, Game 1 was already pretty terrible. It was a 5-0 deficit. That's already enough to usually kill a team's mood for the entire series. This is only going to make it worse. We still up at 6-0 now, and we still have over 2 minutes left. I don't think Dino Electronic are going to stop scoring. And unfortunately, it's a best of 7, so that means even with this game almost certainly going to Dino Electronic, there's still, at least 1 more game left in this series. Calgary Esports United. There is very little hope for them at this point. Not in this game, but in the series. That's how dominant this has been from Dino Electronic. And for Calgary Esports, I don't know. Again, how on earth do you cope with this kind of a deficit? It's probably the first time they've ever lost this badly to a team, and it's so tough for undefeated sides to recover off of losses like this. Often you see these 7-0 teams lose bracket and completely melt down at points. I don't even think this is it for Calgary Esports on meltdown. I just think it's them struggling to keep up, realizing they're just not the better team here in this matchup, as Aura almost makes it 7. Still Dino Electronic challenging, but they won't get a 7th goal there. And actually, they're going to get scored on. Syed will get the shot, but at this point, I don't think there's really much hope for them. This is just a consolation goal. Something to, ease their fears a little bit going into Game 4, albeit not by much. It's still a 5-goal difference. Again, coming into the series, I had Dino Athletic Organization winning this matchup, but I did not have them winning it this dominantly. I'm impressed by this team. Although I will say that maybe I shouldn't start talking, because Syed scored again. Another breakdown on that backline from Dino Electronic, and Syed's trying to give his team a little bit of hope here in Game 3. I do expect it. The fact that Calgary Esports United don't mind continuing playing in this game is definitely a good sign for their future. Albeit again, this game almost certainly going to be another win for Dino Electronic. But for Calgary Esports, again, you have to respect what they've been able to put on that net. Like, you know, they're still playing here in this matchup, even if it is, again, in a position where they're really the ones taking the beat down here. Dino Electronic. Again, they've been practicing for these moments. They're definitely ready for them as a clear from Covey. Right off to the back wall. Syed will get the beat on Spooty. Still Dino Electronic. Waiting near the wall. Aura, the challenge on Nardi. Still up at his Aura. Spooty. Put down the field. Spooty. Flip reset. Couldn't get it past Nardi, but it's in front for Covey. Inside will block. Aura now. Won't be able to put it all that dangerously near the nets, but still some whiffs here from Calgary Sports. And again, Dino Electronic would love to make this turn into a 7-2 game. I don't think they're going to get that chance. The scoring has all of a sudden stopped in this game for them. It doesn't matter. They scored 6 goals unanswered against Calgary Sports just in this game. They're going to be on quadruple match point. They swept their last opponents in Hydra Boosted Esports last week. They might do the same thing here against Calgary Esports United. All they need is one more game to do it. And send Calgary Esports into the lower bracket. So we'll head ourselves into game number 4. Calgary Esports United in a very strong position right now. I mean, what else can you say about this kind of a matchup? Other than that, it's insane what we were seeing. Game 4, potential for would be their second sweep of the playoffs here for Dino Electronic Athletic Organization, Calgary Sports United. What do they have in store? Do they have anything in store to stop this team from just winning like last game? I don't even think it's a defensive issue. It's just a issue with the fact that Dino Electronic are just that good. You don't play perfectly, this team is going to take you down. And obviously, Calgary Sports are playing pretty close to perfect, but obviously it's not good enough. It's not even close to good enough. Dino Electronic Athletic Organization right now is just a dominant display of force here. Spooty can put one on, but it will be Covey to look for the net. Dino Electronic and closer to that net. As Calgary Sports will waiting close. Covey though, he is beaten there. Sides of the back wall. Aura will let clear this wide. Actually, still Aura, but he won't get the shot on that play. Dino Electronic slowing this game down a little bit, so I don't think they're nearly as confident anymore. They recognize this is a new game, a new position to be in, and a new Calgary Sports United side who is ready to give them payback. What the series has done to them so far, but it may not happen soon, because here comes Spooty, saved by Quantails. In fact, he'll get the beat on Aura. Some open backfield to work with, an infield play, but Calgary Sports, no matter how many demos they'll get, it still won't be enough on that chance. You expect those demos, we haven't seen a lot of it. And even though it's, I think, a bit more of a desperation play from Calgary Sports United to demo out Dino Electronic, I don't blame them for it, they just need to do it a little bit more. Or else Dino Electronic are going to slowly but surely take this game as we're leaving it for Covey. And Nardi wanted to challenge that one, but he waited a little too long. I don't think he initially recognized Covey was behind him. And that's goal 1 for Dino Electronic. Almost 2 minutes in. Again, much less scoring this game, hopefully, than the last one. Hopefully, it'll be a little bit closer as well, as Syed off the corner couldn't get that second touch. Calgary Sports United trying to make some time for themselves here, again, out of the University of Calgary in Canada. And represent their college proud, or I should say university, really. There is a difference in Canada. As another challenge downfield for Dino Electronic will fall wide as Nardi Gets past Aura. Covey now. Will it keep it out? Dino Electronic. A 1-goal lead, but they are getting closer and closer, making it more. Here comes Spooty. Quantails will be there. Will be Dino Electronic still on the ball, but Calgary Esports United continuing to keep the play wide. Covey. What a touchdown field. That's a big boom and a miss there. It's open and it's Covey to take. One whiff from Calgary Esports United off the back wall. And that has been an issue for them all series long. Has been keeping the defense strong back there. Covey exploits it well there. A second goal for Dino Electronic. Their lead is only increasing. As the goals continue to pour in for them. Another one here. Almost certainly Spooty will take it off the kickoff. And it's number 3, Dino Electronic. Scoring at will, it seems. Calgary Esports United have only been able to score in Game 2 so far, and then late in Game 3. Is there any way possible a team can beat Dino Electronic in this division? I mean, again, this is Calgary Esports United we're talking about that they're beating right now. And of course, this isn't any team. This is a team that has been undefeated so far, that's been unbeatable so far. And Dino Electronic do not care. They're chewing them up and they're spitting them out. They're doing it quickly, defiantly, and aggressively. Again, is there any way team can stop Dino Electronic from just being so dominant in this division? It's a new team in this division. It's a new team in Blackline. And my goodness, this team is destroying the competition. They've been on the stream a lot in my past, but even this series is quite surprising from them. I did not expect Dino Electronic to be so strong in this series. I know this team's good. I know they have the advantage in this series when it comes to how they've been playing, but I mean, the fact of the matter is, Calgary Esports United had no say in the outcome of this matchup. There was really no chances for them to have a say in this matchup. And although they will get a goal here late in Game 4, is it too late? There's 50 seconds left. They need 2 goals. That's not out of the question. Is there just not enough series left for them to come back? This point for Calgary Esports United would be a victory for them if they can even send the series to Game 5. And we'll see if they can do it, but time running out for them. Dino Electronic would love another goal, and Spooty might deliver it to them. He'll be deflected wide by Syed, who he does feel like the guy's been the majority of the offense for Calgary Esports United tonight. 30 seconds to go. Calgary Esports United looking for that infield pass, but it will not work, and the aggression won't work. Oh, what a touch there from Spooty. Just to add one more into it. And Electronic with a little bit of flair to end off this matchup, and just look at that's a beautiful touch from Spooty. Not an easy redirect either in that kind of position. He's going the wrong direction. But I put it back in the net. He's got to give it enough power that it does roll in. It's Covey. We'll look to put it in for goal 5. Spooty has got another hat trick. Again, he has been scoring the vast majority of the goals so far for Dino Electronic. And it will be them who will take this series. Another big dominant win where you never really had a question of how well this team was going to play at points. They're going to go to the winners semifinals in an insane 4-0 sweep fashion over Calgary Esports United, who again have not lost until now. Dino Electronic, just a whole different force in the Contenders series. I have no doubts they're going to be in a higher division next season, but for now, this season, they're just playing here, and they are wrecking havoc. Calgary Esports United giving the GGs and immediately leaving. I don't blame them. They're time to look back at their first loss of the whole season, and it comes to a team that's very likely going to win it all. And how they've been playing, Dino Electronic Athletic Organization will win the series. In a 4-0 sweep fashion. As we'll end things off here, a little win there for Dino Electronic. I got a 4-0. I just mean, wow, that is that is insane for me to see them win by that much. But joining us here now, as always, is Aura. Welcome back in Aura, a 4-0 sweep, and even I was surprised at how dominant that series was from you guys. I've seen you guys win matches by many goals. This felt like your best performance so far this season. Did you guys feel the same way about that match?
We definitely were playing good. Game 2 was a little trolly, but we got through it, so that's all that matters.
In a 4-0 sweep, didn't really feel like there's ever any room for Calgary Sports United to play there. What have you guys been doing to prepare? Because obviously you guys have only gotten better, and I know you guys have been working a lot in the background. So take us through kind of how much you guys worked. How much you guys have worked for this series, because it's definitely showing up on the field.
So since the series was a little earlier in the day, I'm not gonna lie, I hopped on like an hour early, but we basically just hopped on to play. Like we didn't have a whole lot of warm up, but in the background, we've all been playing in other leagues and stuff, so we've been getting our reps in.
Yeah, again, you guys know this team puts in the hours, and as you said, it's an early match start time. It's starting at 1 p.m. Eastern. Uh, that early match time, did that create any complications for you guys when it comes to playing? Because usually you guys play like 8, 9, 10. Usually 9 and 10 actually is when you guys play on the stream. But this match coming in so early, did that create any complications for you guys when it came to
The,
getting to this match?
the only concern was if Kobe was gonna be awake or not. That was about it for
Oh,
us.
well, that would be embarrassing if you didn't be your first loss of the season, and it'd be because Kofi didn't make it. Although you do have Sifri, so I guess you could have played
Yeah,
Kofi
we got
instead.
Sif was ready to go if
You,
needed.
you do you do have your sub waiting in the background, who we have seen on the stream a couple times, and he's pretty solid too. But you guys get to continue on now, going to the winners semifinals, and with both of your playoff matches having been for sweeps, you've been wrecking the competition. Calgary's pretended is a 7-0 team. Well, it was actually 9-0 because they won their 2 matches in the playoff back before. And this team is destroying a lot of this competition. And you guys just came in and wiped the floor. Now going to the winners semifinals to play against the winner of Affinity Academy and Lux Nova. I don't remember exactly who won. I think it might have been Affinity, but I could be wrong. I know it was on a friend of mine's stream. I should have watched it. Um, let's see. I know he has it somewhere in his bots, I think. But again, with how you guys have been playing so far, going to that winner semifinals, you know these matches are only going to get tougher for you guys. You know it's not going to be anything easy. So what are you guys going to do? Because your matches should, in theory, get tougher from here. And I
As
say
long
should because
as
honestly, I can't tell the difference with how you guys play.
yeah, we're kind of peaking on another level right now with all of us being super active playing the game, so we're feeling really good. But we know, you can't go into any match expecting the 4 out. It just is something that's going to happen on the day.
Yeah, I definitely could agree with that. Actually, I will say this: I actually don't know if that match has actually been played yet. I think the Academy. There's Lux Nova. I'll see if maybe it has been. I can tell if it's scheduled. Look it up. They usually tell me when it's scheduled. Let me take a look. It has. No, it's gonna be played actually later tonight. Your match will be confirmed later tonight for that winners quarterfinal series. So that'll be exciting. In the Academy Lux Nova in about 8.5 hours from now. So that will be a good match. That'll be again for you guys who will be making into that winners semifinals and against either of those two teams. None of them have been the top teams coming out of the groups. They're both very talented. They deserve this spot. Both had to really work to get there, but they've had some insane upsets to be at this point. Lux Nova only losing to Calgary Esports United in the regular season, and Affinity Academy, who are they second behind? I know they're second behind another. But for Wet Jets, actually, who I don't think are actually in this bracket, the lower bracket right now. So, for you guys, all those matchups are going to be scary. What are you guys going to do to prepare for that? I always say the same thing, but is there anything that you guys are going to do differently with the fact that you're getting further and further in this playoff bracket?
Not really. I think we're pretty confident with how us three play when we get on the field together. As long as we just keep doing what we're doing, good comms, good vibes, then we should be good.
Yeah, and as you hear, it's all good vibes from the Electronic Athletic Organization. The second straight sweep in the playoff bracket. Just to let you know, I don't think any other team has done that yet this season. When it comes to winning both their last match and the match before in a sweep, yeah, we rarely do teams sweep in this playoff bracket. And you guys are doing this consistently against teams that should not be having this kind of issues against you guys. But that's how good you guys are playing. You're giving teams issues here. One of the top teams in the division. I would even say the best team in this division right now. A final sweep for the Electronic Athletic Organization. Thank you for joining in. Or before you do leave, and you have any last things you want to say before you probably, honestly, maybe go back to sleep or actually carry on with your day.
Just shout out the boys. Shout out Coach Sif for always being in call with us, helping if we need a reset like we did after game two a little bit because we had a little bit of shenanigans on defense. And shout out to my girlfriend for always watching and supporting.
Well, again, congratulations on your win or a 4-0 sweep over Calgary Esports United. Good luck in the winter semifinals next week. I have a feeling we'll be seeing that on stream. There's a good chance actually I might get my friend to join me. Who I'm mentioning is Tommy Buckets. Actually, is my friend who he actually streamed a different Blackline match. That's why I didn't watch it. Actually, it was a different Affinity team. But
Gotcha.
yeah, with Affinity Academy, I know he likes to stream that team a lot. So there's a good chance we might join together for that match if that's the team you play against. We'll see later tonight, obviously.
Sounds good.
Great, have a great day, Aura. Hopefully, we'll see you again soon.
Have a good one, Sporty. Thank you.
Now, Zora there of that Electronic Athletic Organization, a 4-0 sweep over Calgary Esports United. And again, only our first match today. We have so many more matches, but they're going to be very late tonight. We're going to have Amateur Gaming League semifinals with Def Club Monkeys, Untitled Esports Red, and then ending off with the Master Baiters versus Underworld Wolves Black. And yes, that pause is intentional. You know why. We're gonna end off this stream here. We're gonna get a little raid in going. Again, what it has been so far. We're gonna raid in. Thank you all so much for joining the Sportiest stream here tonight. Have a good afternoon, everybody. We'll see you again in the evening for more Rocket League action.